Today I'm going to show you how to pick up stitches for your gusset on a traditional sock heel. As you can see, I've already knit my heel flap and done my heel turn, and so now I need to pick up stitches along the side of my heel flap for my gusset. First I'm going to work back over my heel turn. So I'm ready to pick up stitches on the left side of my heel. To pick up stitches along the edge, I use a method I call the Swoop and Dive. It works best on an edge where you have slipped every edge stitch. And starting with the first edge stitch, you swoop into the V, grabbing the front bar, and then you go down to the next stitch and dive through that V and lift it up, and you'll have two strands on the hook, and you'll pull the yarn through and place it on your needle. And then down to the next edge stitch, swoop into the V, go down one stitch and dive in, I think I split the yarn on that one, so I'll try one more time. There we go. Pull the yarn through, and sometimes you have to kind of work it around to get it through all the stitches. And you can see, using this method, the front bar from the stitch we first dove into covers the hole that is made when you lift the other two strands, which creates a holeless picked up edge. And you'll just continue using this method for all the stitches along the edge, making sure when you put each stitch on your needle it is oriented properly with the right leg in the front, so it's ready to knit on your next round. And I'll pick up one stitch for each edge stitch, which is every second row. Okay, I have now picked up all of my edge stitches except for the very last one, and you can see that there's quite a gap between my last edge stitch and my first pattern stitch. There's a couple of ways you can compensate for that. You can try to angle across the gap to pick up your yarn, kind of doing a decrease there. What I prefer to do is pick up the edge stitch as I normally would, and then do a extra picked up stitch across this gap to help close it up. I treat the recommended number of picked up stitches that a pattern lists as a suggestion. You doing more or less, but trying to get as close as possible. There's often times where you just need that extra stitch, or you can't find enough stitches to pick up to be the same as what your pattern says. And if you pick up an extra stitch, just do an extra decrease as you go around, or do a knit 3 together, or slip 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 knit, anything to take care of that extra stitch, or do less decreases if you have too few stitches. Just make sure that by the time you're back to your original amount, you have taken care of all those extra stitches on your sock. I've completed my first round after my picked up stitches, and you can see there are no holes along my picked up edge, which is what you're after when you pick up stitches along a gusset.